Hi everyone, welcome to Financial Insights. I'm Linda, your accounting coach. Today I want to talk about revenue versus sales. So many times in business, we want to be successful, we want to bring in that money. We want to be able to pay the bills on time and see a significant cash balance at the bank. Recently, I met with a client who did not realize that they had generated 40,000 in revenue. And one of the things, in order to be successful in business and to ensure you have enough cash in the bank, you have to focus on revenue. Revenue is probably one of the most important things you should focus on in your business. We all want to be successful. I've said this many times, and I've probably said this in every video you may have seen. But there are just certain things that you have to focus on. We all have this great idea, we have this passion, but we need to set aside time to focus on revenue. And revenue is part of accounting, it's part of that whole reviewing your financials. So today I want to give you 4 tips on the profit and loss revenue section. So number 1, what is revenue versus sales? So revenue is your top line on your profit and loss statement. So if you use QuickBooks or any other accounting software, it's that very top section, revenue. Revenue is the income generated from selling your goods and services. So remember, it's the income generated. It's that top section. You can have operating revenue and you can also have non-operating revenue. So let me give you an example. Operating revenue, that income comes from you producing, selling your goods or services. So if you're a lawn care company and you mow grass, you shovel snow, that is income coming in. Now, if you receive a business grant, that would be non-operating revenue. So non-operating does not relate to you selling your goods or services. Number 2, sales. What is sales? So a lot of times we use revenue and sales in the same context. And even I, when doing training or talking to someone, a lot of accountants, we have a bad habit, particularly when you have a bad habit of using sales and revenue in the same context, and they're not the same. Sales is the money you received from the customer. So when you sell that product or services, you have made a sale. Sales is a subcategory of revenue. So that revenue section, you could have different sales. So if you provide different products or services, you can have different sales accounts. A lot of the software, they may call it income accounts or revenue accounts. But once again, in the accounting world, sales is the money that comes from the customers. So then what's income? What's the difference between revenue, sales, and income? So income, if you go to the very bottom of your profit and loss statement, that net income or net loss. So income is revenue minus expenses, net income. If your revenue is higher than your expenses, net income, good thing. If your expenses is higher than your revenue, that's a net loss. And that necessarily is not a bad thing, because a lot of organizations operate at a net loss because there's a long-term strategy about that. So just make sure you understand why you're operating at a net loss. So once again, remember this, revenue and sales are not the same. Sales is money received from your customers. Revenue is just the main category, and under revenue, you can have different streams of revenue. You can have what we call different sales. Another good thing to remember, a bonus tip, is if you offer multiple products and services, you should have different revenue accounts. Don't lump everything into one account. So I challenge you to focus on revenue. And recently I talked about KPIs. So revenue should be one of your KPIs, your key performance measures. This is something that you should review monthly. Take a look at it. Not only just look at the current month, but look at the last 3 months. Put them on a piece of paper and ask yourself, what am I looking at? Am I seeing an increase? Am I seeing a decrease? Asking yourself why. So for instance, if you're a lawn care company and you know that it's winter time, so you should see the shoveling snow revenue account go up. And if it's not going up, ask yourself why. Oh, we didn't receive any snow. Or maybe it was just too bad outside and everything had to be shut down. Who knows? But those are the type of questions you want to ask yourself. You want to ask yourself, is there a particular client that we lost? Am I not charging the correct price? Did I not charge a discount? Or possibly, did I not invoice a client? Because when you invoice in QuickBooks or any accounting software, that invoice creates an accounting entry and it books it to revenue. Do I need to offer bundles? Do I need to change my marketing plan? So these are the things you want to ask yourself when you're looking at revenue. With revenue, you want to ask yourself, how can I be more impactful? How can I generate more revenue? What strategies can I create? So when you're looking at revenue, think about it in this term. If you want to stay in business, focus on revenue. A lot of times in business, the first thing we go to is cutting expenses. A lot of times it's not cutting expenses, it's actually our revenue strategy. So once again, if you want to be profitable and stay in business, focus on revenue. And remember, there's a difference between revenue and sales. If you want to learn more how to manage your business finances, subscribe to our channel. Also go out to our business academy for free courses. Hope to see you again. Be well.